Hello friends, and welcome to yet another plan with me. This plan with me, we are using the August 2024 question mark mystery kit. Or no, I think this might be 2023 mystery kit. Anyway, it is from Crest Press. It's called Stormy Nights. I know she's reformatted this. I don't know if it's still available in her shop, so I apologize about that. And then I pulled in the silver foil bundle that it came with, which was like this stormy, rainy foil bundle. And then I also had these lightning underlays that I had purchased to go with a different kit. But those are from Planner Pixie Co. And I got them in, I think they're in black. I think it's a black foil. But I layered which one did I do on the top? I think I did the lightning bolts. I think I did the lightning bolts over the silver. I guess we'll watch the video and find out. But yeah, I'm really excited about how this one turned out. I love doing these layered underlays. I think they look so good, you guys. I'm very excited. So fast forward several months from when this when this plan with me is. But I purchased a bunch of foil and stuff to go with the week of Gen Con, like that week's spread. And I kind of have like a crazy foil combo. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out, but yeah. Okay, we did the silver and then the lightning bolts. Excuse me, I kind of burped there a little bit. I thought that's what I did, but yeah, I can never tell. And I was like rubbing the overlay, but I couldn't tell. So anyway, this week turned out kind of busy. We ended up putting extender boxes on Friday and Saturday. Saturday I went to the Costco with my madre. That was exciting. We go to Costco quite often, although we were talking about it the other day, and I think we're gonna, like, when our Costco membership runs out, I think we're gonna just let it lapse and get a Sam's Club membership. Because my mom hates, excuse me, my mom hates how everything from Costco is organic, and I'm like, well, that's kind of their shtick, Mom. She's like, well, I don't like it. Everything's expensive. And I'm like, no, it's expensive because you're buying 80 pounds of it. Like, I love you, but like, you're buying 80 pounds of it. Like, what do you expect? So anyway, I love her. What can you say? I love her. So yeah, love how this base turned out. Although, like I said, I ended up putting extender boxes. I actually put in an extender box with a checklist on Saturday because I had so much stuff. Although I mean, I didn't have to put half of it in my planner, but I did. God damn it, I did. So Monday, I was complaining because I always work late. I always worked late on Mondays. And I went to go get a soda because I was just like, I've had a kind of a shitty day. And like, some people light a cigarette or they pop a beer. I drink soda pop. Like, that's me, like, relaxing a little bit. And so I went to the vending machine to get a soda. I was fortunately able to get my money back, but it would not give me a soda. And I'm not about to buy a soda from the hospital, like from the cafeteria, because they charge like $4 for a bottle of pop, and I was like, we're not doing that. So my coworker, the one I had been talking to a couple weeks prior about my whole situation with my former friend, she was like, well, I'll go get you a soda. What do you want? And I was like, no, like, I'm not gonna have you stop and get me a soda. And she was like, no, like, she goes, I'll stop. Like, she goes, I'll just go to McDonald's and get you what you want. And I'm like, I just want a Coke. Like, that's all I want is a damn Coke. And so she ended up getting me and a couple of other people some sodas. Oh, I did. I put I know. Okay, so I know why I didn't. This is what I was talking about in the plan with me last week. You see how I put an underlay on the sidebar, like the patterned underlay? Like, it wouldn't have been so bad if I just put a silver underlay on the sidebar, but I put like the whole shebang on the sidebar. And then I go to put an extender on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any spare underlays. Like, I don't have any spare lightning underlays. I probably would have found a silver very easily, but I didn't have any silver underlays. This is what I'm talking about when I say I don't like putting fancy underlays on my sidebar, because I did it and I screwed myself over. So that's probably why I ended up putting a heart checklist on Saturday, because I didn't have another extender box and it wouldn't have been so noticeable. But of course I had to use the cool lightning pattern. So there you go. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but still. So that's probably why I put stuff in there that was like, okay, you really didn't need to mark that, but I did because I needed to fill the holes on the extender or on the checklist. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so Monday, all of that to say, my coworker brought me a sody pop. So I burnt sody pop from Bev. And then Tuesday I colored. I made, I think, was that the only, that might have been the only one so far. I started making some icons, like some stickers for myself. I bought like an icon pack from several different shops. And so you'll see I put in a couple of, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I put in a couple of my, this week I started with making my own icons, because I was just like, I want to try it out, see what it does. It was very exciting. But yeah, so let's see here. Wednesday, took a nap. Thursday, I watched Old. I'm trying to watch more movies, more new to me movies. And so I ended up watching Old on Thursday, which is a M. Night Shyamalan. I always call him Shamalama Ding Dong. And I know that's not how you pronounce his name, and I know that's kind of mean. But it was a pretty good movie. Kind of strange in the way that I expect Shyamalama's movies to be, but that's okay. Let's see here. Friday I got part of my tax refund back, so I paid some bills. Gave my mom some money. And then Saturday we went to Costco, like I said. We ate lunch at Golden Corral, and I don't know what it was, but something like completely just effed up my intestines. And I remember we were standing there, and I told my mom, I said, I think I need to go to the bathroom. And she was like, uh-oh. And I was like, yeah, because it was Saturday, so of course it was super busy at Costco. And I was like, I'm like standing there, and I've mentioned it before, but I have IBS, so this is not a situation where it's like, oh, I'll just stand here and let it, see if it'll pass. This was a go to the bathroom situation. Like I literally started sweating, which if you have IBS, like you start sweating, you're in danger. Or if you have any sort of intestinal issues, like you start sweating, you're in danger. So something at the Golden Corral must have got me. I think it was the salad dressing. I brought it back to the table and I was like, does that look yellow? And my mom's like, I don't know, maybe. I'm like, I feel like I'm just going crazy. Like it was probably, I was like, oh, it's probably reflecting off of something. I think it might have been bad. Oh, and I also just realized, looking at my video here, I pulled in a matte label sampler from Scribble Prints Co. I had a whole bunch of them from, I don't even remember what. So I ended up going ahead and pulling in one of those, because so I have since, like, if I buy anything from Crest Press, I've been buying the, the full kit? I think it's the full kit. So it's not the one with the heart checklist, but it's the one down, like, in between the essentials and the, like, ultimate, I guess, or, like, the big kit, whatever that one is. I've been buying that one because it has the extra little things and the extra labels on it. Just because that's the format that I like. I've noticed I don't have enough, especially the little things. I tend to use a lot of little things, just because they're nice to mark, just piddly little things. So yeah, I didn't have enough labels with what I had, so I pulled in that label sampler. But yeah, so did not feel good on Saturday. Although I will say, I went to the bathroom, got my business taken care of, and then I took some medicine, and I was like, I told my mom, I was like, I think I just need to get a drink and like get some air or something. And fortunately, we ended up, when we were waiting in line to check out, they have like a giant ceiling fan in the Costco, and it was blowing. Like they had it on, of course, because it was, it's so humid in there. And the area that we were standing in, we could feel the air. And I was like, oh, I think this is going to help. Like, I think this is my saving grace right now. So that was nice. Yeah. When we came home, I had some planning time and cleaned. And then I watched Encanto, which I really, really loved. I had not watched it yet. My one coworker was like, you need to watch it. She was like, this is non-negotiable. She's like, you need to watch it. I think the next week was like her last week with us, like her last day with us. And she was like, you need to watch it before I leave so that we can talk about it. And so I did it, and I loved it. I don't know what it is about like Encanto and Coco. Like, they're so beautiful. Like, they're such beautiful movies. Like the art in them. And I love that the Hispanic population is represented. I obviously don't know a lot about it, but what I do know about it, I think they did a beautiful job of representing the Spanish population. So I don't know. I'm sure somebody will weigh in and say yay or nay on that, but I think they did a great job, and of course the art is just stunning. But the next day, so I had coffee, I went to Walmart, we had an Amazon delivery. I was not feeling great, and then I watched Wish. So, going from a stunning, incredible movie to a turd almost on Disney's behind. You guys, I don't know what, like, I read somewhere that somebody was talking about Wish and how they kind of, like, I think they kind of pushed it to, I think they kind of pushed it out into the world, like a little bit more premature than they probably should have. I think I read that somewhere, that they were making this movie for like the something anniversary of Disney or of animation at Disney or something like that, and they pushed it. And unfortunately they pushed it too early, and I mean, it was a fun movie, but it wasn't what I would consider like anniversary worthy of Disney, if that makes any sense. I liked the concept of it. I just really wasn't super enthused with it. Although I really liked that one song, and I know a lot of people, the one video I watched, he was like giving it shit, but that one movie that Chris Pine sings, where he's like basically complaining about, he as the king is complaining about the townspeople and how they don't appreciate him for what he is, and that's kind of like his song that he starts becoming that villain. I really liked that song. I know some people didn't, but I did. I liked it, and I always forget how good of a singer Chris Pine is until I hear him sing. Like, I watched Into the Woods years ago, and I was like, wow, Chris Pine is a really good singer, because of course the only time I've ever really seen him is in Star Trek. And what else was he in? I don't even remember now, but I've seen him in certain things, and I'm just like, yeah, he's an okay actor. And then he gets into a movie where he's singing, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot you're a really good singer. So I don't know, it's a nice reminder. It's a nice, I would say subtle reminder, but it's kind of like almost like a slap in the face reminder of just like, holy shit, I forgot you're such a good singer. I don't know why that coffee script was already on that label there on Saturday, but it is what it is. But yeah, so went from Old, which was kind of meh, and then Encanto, which I thought was incredible, and then Wish, which is just kind of like, okay, like it was a good movie, but it wasn't like I said, I swear that I read somewhere that it was like made for the anniversary of Disney or something like that, and they rushed it into production, and I think they really suffered for that, so that's on them. The animation style was so weird. It almost looked grainy. I don't know, maybe somebody else can weigh in on that. It looked grainy to me. Like, it looked fuzzy and grainy and just weird. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to weigh in on that, but I love this freaking spread. I love how it turned out. I'm really happy that I was able to pull in those lightning bolt underlays. I had bought them to go with the, what is it, the Gothic Romance kit, that like art set that came out. I think it is just Drew with the art set that came out years ago. That was, or not years ago, it's probably been a couple years now, but it was like the Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein kit. I had originally planned on using that kit in like a Halloween, you know, in October or something, and I ended up scrapping that idea. But I had these underlays, and I was like, you know what, this would be perfect with this kit. And then again, you probably saw there on the underlays, or on the scripts, my stupid silhouette was cutting everything weird. So I just went through with a pen. I think I saw a Papermate Joy gel and a Sharpie S gel, honestly. I think I saw them both in there. But I used them both to mark, or to fix the scripts, just because I needed them to be fixed. So we're just finishing up the spread here, and I'm just kind of flapping because I'm trying to fill space. Because I feel like I either talk too fast or I talk too slow, and then it's like, okay, well, where do we go from here? This was also the week I just saw I DNF'd Crocodile in the Sandbank. I found that book looking for books similar to The Mummy, like the 90s movie The Mummy, and that was recommended. But I couldn't get into it. But anyways, there is the finished spread. Flipping through all of my leftovers. I didn't have much of the foil bundle left. I didn't have a ton of the kit itself left, but anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and until I see you next time, bye-bye!